Well, good evening, everybody. I'm going to call this meeting to order. And before we get started, of course, I would like to read the notice before we start the school board meeting. This board meeting is being live streamed for the convenience of the public at www.okaloosaschools.com. The public may participate in the public comment and/or public hearing portions of the meeting by either personal attendance or by calling the school board meeting public participation phone line. A separate seating area has been set aside for the press and public who are in attendance at the meeting in accordance with social distancing guidelines as provided by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. If calling into the meeting, you should call 850-833-3100. The phone lines will be operational beginning at 6 p.m. on the night of the board meeting, and callers will be transferred into the board meeting during the public comment portion and/or public hearing portion of the meeting only, in the order in which calls are received. If you are calling into the meeting to make public comment, please be patient as there may be a wait time while being transferred into the meeting. And tonight at 6:15, we do have a public hearing. And just for the record, the Honorable Mr. Dewey Destin and myself are present. The Honorable Marcus Chambers, Superintendent, is present as well. And on the phone, we have the Honorable Ms. Linda Vanchek, the Honorable Dr. Diane Kelly, and the Honorable Dr. Lamar White. So with that being said, let's move down to approval of the agenda, item 2.1.
I'll move approval of the agenda, Chairman.
Thank you. We have a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Second by Dr. White. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Destin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Vanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, and the motion carries 5-0. So we are now to recognitions. 3.1, recognition of the Peggy Gorday Bruner Award finalist and announcement of the recipient. Mr. Chambers?
Thank you, Chairman Bryant, and school board members who are here present and on the phone. I think this is a night that we've been talking about for some time. And normally we have the pleasure to be at Northwest Florida State College, where we recognize all of our A&T Mitchell Award winners. And on that night, we are proud to make sure that we recognize and honor the Peggy Gorday Bruner Award winner. So we are here tonight. So we have 6 finalists who are in the running to see who's going to win the Peggy Gorday Bruner Award. But I do want to read just a few things just really quickly about this award, if you'd have me. The Peggy Gorday Bruner Award is presented to the most outstanding academic scholar among all of the county's graduating classes. Each high school has submitted their senior student nomination for this prestigious award, which conveys their outstanding abilities and is a distinguished honor of which they should be proud. One senior student will be selected countywide from the school's nominations. The recipient of this award has been selected by the Okaloosa County School Board. Peggy Bruner taught first grade in Okaloosa County and our school system for 25 years and was married to Okaloosa County School Superintendent Max Bruner, who held that office from 1964 until 1984. Okaloosa County and Fort Walton Beach was a much smaller community back then, and Peggy Bruner actually taught many of the kids coming through school in the south end of the county. Both Peggy and Max Bruner were passionate about public education and believed that it was the key to achieving the modern American dream. She was dedicated to striving for excellence in all facets of childhood development. She would be deeply gratified to know that our county's highest award for educational achievement and excellence is named after her. And that beautiful good description was written by her son, Vince Bruner. Normally he is with us every single year to present this award, but of course where we are today, it's a little different, but he sent this to us, which I know we all appreciate. The students nominated for the 2020 school year are: from Baker School, Josie Mason; from Choctawhatchee High School, Corey Chung; from Crestview High School, Emily Ammons; from Fort Walton Beach High School, Fiona Bowen; from Laurel Hill School, Jessa Lahome; And from Niceville High School, Sara Strunk. And before Mr. Bryant lets us know who the award winner is for this prestigious award, we have a little video which highlights our students.
Hi, my name is Josie Mason, and I'm graduating with the class of 2020 at Baker School. My favorite subjects in school are English and math, and I love sports, so I've done weightlifting, track, and softball. In my free time, I love spending time with my family and friends and going to the beach. Looking forward, I have decided to pursue a career as an elementary school teacher, so I will attend the University of West Florida and major in elementary education. I hope to make a difference in as many young lives as I can, like my teachers have made in mine.
Hi, my name is Corey Chung. I will be graduating from the Choctawhatchee High School class of 2020. My favorite subjects in school were chemistry and math. Outside of school, I enjoyed playing the piano and playing soccer. I was on the cross-country team for 2 years in high school and the varsity soccer team for 4 years. In the fall, I plan on attending Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, where I hope to continue my involvement in soccer and piano. I haven't decided on a major yet, but I hope to enter the medical field and take pre-med courses. Go Tigers!
Hi, my name is Emily Ammons, and I am graduating from the class of 2020 at Crestview High School. I really love the Lord and want to share the gospel with everyone I come in contact with, so I'm so grateful for this platform. I'll be continuing my education at the University of South Alabama, where I will study communications with a focus on multimedia journalism, so I can continue to minister to people who need their stories to be told. While in school, I was involved in juniorettes, FCA, and a few new clubs that we started this year, one being I Am Enough, which encourages positivity in spite of the many mental health challenges that high schoolers face today. Although I didn't compete in sports in high school, I did love to play ultimate frisbee and soccer in my free time with my friends. I want to wish my fellow nominees and classmates an amazing future, and go Jags!
Everyone, I'm Fiona Baum-Mayodon, and I am honored to be a part of Fort Walton Beach High School's class of 2020. Some of my favorite parts of the past 4 years as a Viking have been playing on the school's tennis team, being captain of the Spanish team, and showing off my school spirit at rallies and games. I plan on attending Rollins College in the fall to study international business and Spanish, and I can accredit any of my future success to the amazing schools that I've been so honored to attend in Okaloosa County. Thank you for the award nomination, and I hope you're all well.
Hi, my name is Jessa and I'm graduating from Laurel High School with the class of 2020. I played varsity volleyball for 4 years at Laurel, and I enjoyed every single moment of it. In my free time, I enjoy spending time with my family and friends and really just living in the moment. After I graduate, I plan to earn a degree in ultrasound technology. I'm looking forward to this new chapter in my life, and go Hobos.
know you were hoping for a video from Sara Strunk, our Bruner Award winner at Niceville High School, but we couldn't quite get Sara pinned down to film this thing, so I was more than happy to step in and talk about her, and I think you'll understand in a minute why we were unable to maybe get that video from her. Sara is equally as sweet as she is smart. She has a 4.75 grade point average, and she is ranked #1 in her senior class of 498 seniors. So you're talking about kind of what's occupying Sara's time right now. I'd like to read for you Sara's senior year schedule. You know, that senior year where maybe some kids kind of coast their way. AP Calculus BC, AP Psych, AP US Government, AP Macroeconomics, and AP Physics 2. So Sara has 7 AP tests over the next 2.5 to 3 weeks, so we can certainly understand why she was unable to take a little time out from her intense studies to film a short video for us. So happy to talk about Sara Strunk, Bruner Award winner, Niceville High School. Congratulations, Sara.
What a great video. Mr. Chambers?
So thank you, and I do want to say, I'll echo that as well. So a great video, and I just want to thank, some of the individuals who made this happen. So we have Mary and Jan who really organized all of this and really brought all of this together, and then Tammy Ellis pulled this video together for us and coordinated with the schools and the school principals and the students. So thank you, Mary, thank you, Jan, and thank you, Tammy.
All right. Well, students, your nomination to this prestigious award conveys your outstanding abilities and is a distinguished honor you should be proud of. It is my pleasure to announce the 2020 Peggy Gorday Bruner Award winner to Miss Emily Ammons of Crestview High School. And we have a nice trophy we're going to present to her. And Paul, if you can get a picture of that. So congratulations to Miss Ammons. So we're going to move down to section 17. We're going to have a public hearing here real quick. So school board members, if you can go down to 17.1, public hearing. Public hearing for the adoption of a new job description for behavior interventionist presented by Dr. Lee Hale, who is in attendance tonight. So I need a motion to approve this adoption.
I'll make the motion. This is Diane Kelly.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly.
I'll second.
A second. Okay. A second by Mr. Destin. Is there anybody here from the public that would like to speak about this particular item? Okay. Mr. Destin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Ivanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, and the motion carries 5-0. So now we'll go back up to section 4. Excuse me there. And we have no visitors. Section 5, no administrative personnel appointments. And now we are at section 6, public comment. 6.1, members of the public desiring to address the school board. Is there anybody here to address the school board tonight? Okay, we have nobody. So section 7 was for workshop only, and now we're down to section 8, 8.1, approval of the consent agenda. I need a motion to approve.
I will move approval, Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Destin, with the motion to approve. Do I have
I'll
a second?
second it.
And that was Dr. Kelly?
Evanchek. No, that was Ms. Evanchek.
Okay. Ms. Evanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, the motion carries 5-0. So now we're all the way down to section 9, superintendent's human resource recommendation. 9.1 is informational. 9.2, extended drop. I need a motion to approve this.
So moved.
Mr. Destin makes the motion. Second.
I'll second.
Second, Dr. Kelly.
Yes.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Destin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Evanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, the motion carries 5-0. 9.3, instructional and educational support personnel recommendations for the 2020-2021 school year. I need a motion to approve.
So moved, Chairman.
I'll move it.
Okay, Mr. Destin made the motion, and Ms. Evanchek, I heard you come in a second, so I'll let you have the second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Destin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Evanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, the motion carries 5-0. 9.4, employment separations. Motion to approve.
I'll move it.
Okay. Ms. Evanchek, I heard you first, and then Dr. Kelly, I heard you second. So I will go with that. Ms. Evanchek makes the motion. Dr. Kelly seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Destin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Evanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. 9.5, personnel recommendations. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Mr. Destin makes the motion. A second, please.
I'll second.
I'll make it.
Okay, Dr. White, thank you. You got the second. So a motion by Mr. Destin, a second by Dr. White. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Destin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Evanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. The motion carries 5-0. 9.6, reinstatement reimbursement of sick leave due to line of duty illness, injury, medical examination. I need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly. Second.
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Evanchek. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Destin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Evanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. The motion carries 5-0. 9.7, employee suspension. I need a motion to approve.
Move we approve.
Mr. Destin makes the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll move it.
I'll make.
Okay, Ms. Evanchek makes the second. Any discussion? Okay, hear none. Mr. Destin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Evanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. 9.8 is leave without pay. I need a motion to approve.
I'll move it.
I'll move it.
Motion by Dr. Kelly, second by Dr. White. Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Destin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Ivanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yeah.
Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, and the motion carries 5-0. So now we're down to 10. There was nothing moved from consent. So we're at 11 point, construction program owners representatives business, and 11.1, Mr. Destin.
Thank you, Chairman. As we discussed at the workshop, we're proceeding a little ahead of schedule on the security upgrades we're making on the schools, and we're going to be working on a roof.
I think that's what we're getting ready to.
Yep, so I don't have anything new to report. We will be having a construction meeting shortly as we enter into the next month.
right.
But everything else is going according to plan.
Well, thank you, Mr. Destin, and as always, thank you to you and the construction team for all that they're doing to help improve our schools. So now we'll move down to 11.2, TPM program number 6, task order number 8, GMP, Kenwood Elementary School, kitchen dining roof replacement. I need a motion to approve.
And I'll move we approve, and that's the roof I was speaking of.
Thank you, Mr. Destin. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Ms. Ivanchek makes a second. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. Mr. Destin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Ivanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yeah.
And Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. The motion carries 5-0. So now we're down to 12. We have nothing there. And item 13, attorney's business, Mr. McGinnis.
Just one item, Mr. Chairman. As I mentioned Thursday, the superintendent's in receipt of a letter from the Liza Jackson Preparatory Charter School. They're requesting permission to relocate their facilities. They will be building a new facility on property they're currently leasing over on Hospital Drive. And under the charter contract, they need to come to the sponsor and seek advance permission for that. And their financing team have asked them to get a letter from the district authorizing that move.
Okay.
And so it's here before the board tonight for you to authorize the superintendent to send that letter approving their request.
And this is a voting item, so I need a motion to approve Mr. McGinnis's request for Liza Jackson.
I will move it, that, Chairman. We discussed this when we were going through the renewal of their contract, and I congratulate them on moving forward with a new facility.
Yep. All right, Mr. Destin makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Okay, Ms. Ivanchek seconds. Any other discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Destin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Ivanchek, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, how do you vote?
Yeah.
Dr. White, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. The motion carries 5-0. Mr. McGinnis, any other
That's all I
business?
have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So now we're down to superintendent's business, and Mr. Chambers, I'll turn it over to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Just a few things. So first of all, as you know, we are ending this school year. So we're in the last week of the school year, and there's a lot still going on, even though we're in online instruction. But first, I do want to just take a moment to really thank our students, to really thank our families. I think, as we know, this has been anything but normal. I think you've heard the word unprecedented a lot. And what our students and our families have done during these times is truly quite remarkable. You know, everything has not gone perfectly. Everything has not gone smoothly. But what has happened is our students and families have really worked through this, and we're almost at the end, so that's exciting. Two, I want to thank our teachers, staff, and our administrators. Once again, the same word for them. When you think about the vast majority of the employees in our school district, they've worked face-to-face, and now they've gone online. That's a completely different way of teaching. So what they did in a 2-week fashion, where just like the students, we went to spring break thinking that we were coming back, and when they were coming back, everything had changed. So the work that our teachers, staff, and our administrators have done is remarkable. And I think I'd also be remiss if I didn't thank our district staff as we come to a close. You know, none of this would have happened without the work of MIS. It wouldn't have worked without our transportation, our food services, finance working together, curriculum and instruction. So the entire district staff coming together is just something I'm extremely proud of in, once again, these unprecedented times. I do want to share briefly what I shared on Thursday. So one change to summer activities, I think, as you know, the governor has stated that there are no restrictions as it pertains to youth athletics. And we were already going through a process for summer activities where we were going to do a phased approach. So I do want to let the board know that we are still working through that process in light of this new, the no restrictions. We still will take a phased approach in Okaloosa County back to summer activities and back to normal activities. It will make sure that we do so in a time that we believe that is safe for all. So you will be notified as board members as we finalize this plan. So we are talking with principals and ADs to make sure that we're all on the same page and to make sure that we all follow the guidelines once we start a process of coming back for summer activities. But you all will be briefed of that as well. Also want to take the opportunity to share that, as you know, we've talked about before, that we are looking at a back-to-school working group. And tomorrow we do have a group that's going to be together, our school district employees. So we'll be really talking about the goal of starting school as normal. That's the goal. But I think, as we've talked about in these school board meetings, we have to be prepared for a plan B. We have to be prepared for a plan C. So we will do that. So that process, we've already been talking a lot about it, but more formally in terms of school district staff working, that will start tomorrow as a first step in this back to school process. Like I shared with you all, I think on Thursday, also some superintendents in our surrounding areas, we're also talking as well about, you know, what might it look like when we come back. The hope is that we come back normally, but we all want to be prepared for whatever may be thrown our way. And then the last thing I do want to say is, as you know, we've already brought forth to the school board a staffing pattern, and of course with the staffing pattern comes a budget. And I think, as you know as well, we'll bring other portions of the budget to you in the summer. And like we shared with you, like we promised you, we're working hard right now through the remainder of that budget. We're looking at what we bring to you will definitely be a balanced budget also. You know, where we can make some adjustments, we'll make some adjustments as well. But we're also working on, if in fact there was a reduction to any budgets, we will be prepared for that as well. So I just wanted to share that with you, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Chambers. Okay, so now we'll move down to board members' announcements and requests for information. And tonight I will start with Dr. Kelly.
Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do have just a couple of things. One, I would like to add my congratulations to all of those students who were Peggy Gorday-Bruner finalists and to our winner there from Crestview High School. I know those students worked very hard and they are due all the congratulations that we can send their way. So congratulations to them. Also, since I'm the art liaison, I just announced with the virtual 2020 Congressional Arts Competition, June the 1st at 3 p.m. It will be the Gates Art Competition, and you can go to eventbrite.com to register. Students of all ages can register, and I believe there are 3 categories for art that they can participate in. Then I also wanted to add as I said on my post today, certainly thinking of students as they would normally end their school year this week, and of teachers as they would end theirs June the 4th next week, and certainly not wrapping up this calendar year as anybody would have anticipated that we would, but also sending kudos to all of those teachers and parents that set up unique and creative ways to honor our graduates, and those principals who took out the billboards, and to district staff who created videos and helped with those, everything that all of our people did to creatively acknowledge our seniors and other students going off to different directions. I think that was just phenomenal. And lastly, my friend Peggy Brockman, who we all know as bringing the Hope Squad to our students, has announced that there will be a lip sync contest, Lip Sync for Hope Fun fundraiser. And that began May the 15th, and it goes through June the 12th. And you may go to the Facebook page, Bring Hope Now, for registration. And it's going to be a lot like some of the reality shows on TV, where we will get to see students' videos and cast our votes for the one that we think will be the winner. And the winner will be announced on June the 27th. So I think we've got a lot of creative teachers and students and families. I think there are about 4 different categories of people who can enter. So I think that'll be fun to watch out for. So that was Lip Sync for Hope Fun Fundraiser. Say that 4 times quickly. Anyway, that's all that I have. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly. Ms. Ivanchek.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, last week I was at Baker School when they kicked off and did the first virtual graduation, and no one wanted to have graduation this way, certainly, but I have to say, in moving to this plan, I don't know how it could have been orchestrated better. It was very smooth. It still held the decorum that you would want in that kind of ceremony, and I was glad that I got to witness how it went. So very good work on that. And I want to congratulate the class of 2020, all the students throughout the district. Regardless of how you get to graduate, the method, whether we have to stick with the virtual you've done or we get to do the traditional come later in the summer, please know that you have made your mark, and no one can take away the achievements and success that you have had. So that whether we get to do it either way, you have achieved that. And then I want to also say, as been said, thank you to everyone in our district and the parents who, as of March 12th, when we came out for spring break, had no idea what was ahead of us and has really stepped up. Everyone has, and it's been great. And I've mentioned it several times in our meetings that I am so grateful that we're in Okaloosa County. And the parents that we have, the district staff, the teachers, everyone we have here is why it's so great to be in Okaloosa County. So I want to thank all of you as we close out this school year. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Ms. Ivanchek. And Dr. White.
Thank you, Mr. Bryan. And just to follow up on what Ms. Ivanchek had to say, the Daily News had an excellent article a couple of days ago about the graduation services and for seniors, and that they would walk across the stage virtually and in person. I think that was the headline. And Superintendent, you, your staff, the principals, the teachers, everyone involved in that really deserves some commendation. And I'd also say that I enjoyed your interview, Mr. Chambers, with Congressman Matt Gaetz. And finally, I'd like to say that I appreciate the work that's being done on the school district website. I've had a couple of folks comment to me about the special commendations that were made for school cafeteria workers and bus drivers, and also the special recognition of Memorial Day. So good work to all, and congratulations to the class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. White. And Mr. Destin.
Thank you, Chairman. I just wanted to congratulate, as the superintendent did, the staff and the students. They've gone through a trauma, I would classify it as, that we haven't seen the likes of in this country in 100 years. They'll get to be in the history books, and 100 years from now, hopefully some of them will still be here to say, yes, I lived through that. But the staff and the students both have just really made me very proud, because things are not normal. All the things that the students do and the seniors expect aren't happening like they did. Truly a traumatic event. I wanted to tell the superintendent that I support fully his phased approach to the athletics ability. It's not back to normal. We're still having 4 or 5 new cases in the county every day. We had 2 or 3 in Destin last week. So we need to do this as smart as we can with as many safeguards in place as we can. We can't just go back to like it was. And the only other final comment I would have, I spoke to Superintendent Chambers over the weekend about some of the planning that's going into the budget and the fact that they really don't know what kind of budget cuts that they have coming down the pike at them. And he said that he would keep us informed as what their plan was. I talked to Rita as I came in, and she's working on it also. But it's very important that we stay ahead of the game because we're going into the budgetary process. In the final analysis, the budget, while it is prepared by the superintendents and staff, it's the school board who approves it. So we can't go 2 weeks before the budget and all of a sudden understand there's a 15 or 20 or 10% cut without any background on what the plan is. So I appreciate your working on that and the conversation we had over the weekend. I look forward to seeing what it is that you guys come up with.
Sir.
I think that'll cover me.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Desson. And I just have 2 comments, and I would like to echo my fellow school board members and the superintendent on just a great school year considering, and congratulations to all of our graduating seniors. And, this particular class is going to stand out in many ways, but I'm truly confident that this class here is going to stand out in so many positive ways that I feel good about our future with these students moving ahead. And on a sad note, I would like to just wish the family of Greg Weeks, who was one of our food service employees. He passed away yesterday. To the family of Greg Weeks, it was really unexpected, but we do send our condolences to Mr. Weeks and his family. And with that being said, we'll go over to Ms. Scallop, Mr. Horton, Dr. Hale. All right, this meeting's adjourned.
16.
I'm members, if anybody wants to speak before the board. I was a little ahead of the game, I'm sorry. All right, now this meeting is adjourned.